Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Atlanta Falcons and the Baltimore Ravens. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, to get this one going. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. First carry now. This is Bashal Tutu. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Kind of seems to me like somebody was just kind of waiting for prime time. Brought his best out with the very first carry and got us off and running.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Here we go. Swap. Mother swap.
Going to the ground again on first. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Second down, give to Tutu. He cuts it to the right sideline. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
Trying down the middle with Chandler. And that carry only gets one on the plunge up the gut.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Dumps it off to his running back. Now that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be third down.
It's now 3rd and 10.
Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Inside give here for Tutu. Makes the tackle. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
So much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. Still lined up at the 6. Here's 2nd and goal.
At the Falcons' 6-yard line.
All right.
Another try for Tutu. And he won't challenge for the goal line. Stop made at the 4. Just a couple on that play. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
That's twice now. The runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you kind of set yourself up. Actually, you set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
All right, got to get 4 here, Brock, or they're going to have a tough decision to make on this opening drive. He's keeping it, got to get it forward. The stand continues. This one doesn't even make it back to the line. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that. All in all, Kate, I'm going to call that a good start. Offense established himself, moved the ball, and the kicker able to give him a lead.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat. The blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Penix working from the gun. Complete. It's Bijan Robinson. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Penix here from the gun. Cut down the field. It's Pitts. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these players. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
First down.
Robinson on the inside give. And their next snap is coming from that red zone as he reaches the 14. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Falcon first down.
Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. And they take this in for the score. The Falcons finish off their opening drive. Michael Penix Jr. the touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yeah, yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ. I'm going to guess so until that defense proves they can stop it.
Now to kick it away, here's Pinion. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Panther 60. Panther 60. Go.
The throw outside, and they might throw this again. That's not going to connect. Broke out a surprise there on 1st down, but unable to connect off of it. 2nd down coming up.
15, incomplete.
So play number 1 almost ended this drive. Let's see what play number 2 has in store. Back to the air they go on 2nd. Stroud. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve. Some call it automatic. It's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a third one if their next challenge leads to an overturn call. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 6-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard
Here's
line.
Strat again. Gets everything he has under this one. He's got it inside the 25. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens with a slim 2-point lead early. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is first and 10. Play fake. Penix. Throw left side is caught by Pitts. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. We've set it down from the 37.
First and 10 at the 37.
First down. Here's Penix. Back to Pitts it goes. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8. Second down.
Pickup brings up second and 2.
Here's Robinson up the middle. The stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that is good enough for Atlanta first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Offense getting set. Here's first and 10. Working inside the red zone. Gets his running back. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Brings up second and 1 at the Ravens' 9-yard line.
And that's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. It's the Ravens flying to an early lead. We'll be back to Baltimore in just a bit. Welcome back. Time for our second quarter. The Falcons with a chance to score. From the shotgun, Penix. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're rolling him out of bounds. We've got third down. Boy, they had to look, Brock, and they just missed a touchdown as the throw put him a little bit too close to the edge of that end zone.
Handle priority number 1, that's to catch it and secure it. Unfortunately, did not leave enough room to land his feet in the end zone, despite what was really a tremendous effort.
Third down give to Robinson. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with the first and goal.
That's another Falcons first down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Robinson can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything we watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
To the end zone, but incomplete. That play is going to force third and goal. As that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup. Yeah. Unless you're already committed to going for it on fourth, you've got one more shot.
And cut to the end zone for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a second quarter lead. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist, and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Riley Pinion set to kick off.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. On the give, it's Tootin. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. To the air, Stroud.
At the 25-yard
Escapes the puck, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate. Right? We talked about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back jack with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
On 3rd and long, it's Stroud. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. To the air with Penix. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
One of the tight ends in motion left. On 2nd down, Robinson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
So looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Penix. Connects on the crosser. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Falcon 1st down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage.
And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons now lead by 10. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock, and how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one, the last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop, because a broken tackle can mean a touchdown.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. First down throw by Stroud. Caught, nice gain left side. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens make it a one-score game in the 1st half. a big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
And the Falcons, 1st down. A gain of 13 yards.
Throwing now out of the shotgun.
1st down, Falcons.
Connecting on the slant. He takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
A toss now to Robinson. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Give him 8 on that one. And that is good enough for Atlanta 1st down.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks. And I'm looking for that to be called again.
Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time. Plenty of points already, partner, as we have reached the 2-minute warning. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Penix. Looking for his back, but he will not find it. That's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's 16 yards on that play. And that's a Falcon 1st down.
That's another Falcons 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
From the gun, it's Robinson. Running in the red zone. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Falcons grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
Romo's point after is good. And the Falcons drive their lead to 11.
17.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Return coming from the 6. Some pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Shotgun now, 1st round. Walking the tightrope there, but he makes the grab and bound.
That's pretty impressive, Kate. I mean, to have the awareness, the body control to not just secure the ball, but to keep both feet down on the sideline.
From the gun, Stroud. Finds his man, Gray. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone on.
Baltimore, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
1st down, Stroud. That's caught by Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And this play is nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
At the 26-yard line.
Here we go. 118. What's up?
Again, Stroud. Finds him over the middle. And he gets this forward to the 19.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. If you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. He's able to hit Flowers, caught. He's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a 1st and goal. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Breaking the huddle, here's 1st and goal.
All right.
Line up the design keeper. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Ravens making a one-score game before halftime. C.J. Stroud, the touchdown. They broke out the design, run from there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra, right, an extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
Well, it may be stating the obvious, partner. I do that sometimes often, but tight ends, such a mismatch this close in. And no surprise, they win his way for that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it's one of those guys, security blanket. Whether he's designed read or not, this quarterback knows that tight end's a great outlet. Why? Because often they're bigger and they're stronger. Even if they're double teamed, there's still that chance to get that entry pass like a great post in basketball, and they know how to finish.
This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half. Penix now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Here's 2nd and 10 from the 21. Now they send their back in motion right. Got a lot behind this one. Downfield it goes. That's intercepted near the sideline. That's Carlton Davis. And the Ravens get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. First half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Penix off the play action. Pressure coming, and they take him down. Nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
It's second down.
Penix working from the gun. Got a man, it's Drake London. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
He did such a good job, and not just hitting him in a window on that slant, in the right window, but hitting him right in time, right in a spot where he had room to run, and add on to that catch.
Penix on third down. Cut down the field. It's Pitts. He's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons grow the lead coming out of halftime. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown.
I got to say, with the type of throw that took, and then where he made that catch, it had taken all 11 defenders and maybe a couple extra from the sidelines to keep him out of the end zone. Not only did he earn it, I felt like he deserved that touchdown.
Romo adds the point after. And the Falcons make it a 10-point ball game.
Ravens 25. Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Out to kick it away. Here's Pinion. Starting from the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go. 18. What's that? Why Tony? Hey, Uno Mars.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And he's just going to huck this one into about row C there. And some lucky fan. And all in a heck of a souvenir.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, it kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Look the hot.
Stroud to throw again on second. That one's complete over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
So that's a modest little drag route. But if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, it's a go-to route to target.
Throwing on third down, Stroud. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
All right, looks like this is the moment. They're going to make their comeback push. They're going for it on fourth.
Tony.
Stroud's going to throw for it. He connects downfield. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Stroud again. Completes this one to Gray. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Throwing again, it's Stroud. He'll put everything he's got behind it. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
Well, if nothing else, that proves they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. With enough looks, eventually, one's going to connect.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Stroud now on 4th down. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Right side, reeled in by Pitts. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. That's 16 on the pickup. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
A gain of 16 yards. And a foul.
Shotgun snap to get to Robinson. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards.
Good defense tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles, well, they step the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
Penix here from the gun. Ravens get him. Down he goes. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. That's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
A loss of 9 yards. And it's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. Well, they had the look. Certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. So 4th down now, and out comes Parker Romo to try this Falcons field goal. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And their lead holds steady at 10.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Here we go, let's go. Buggy. 18. Let's go. Hey, uno.
Stroud to throw on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go down right along midfield stripe. Offense in the hurry up here.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's sack number 4 in the game for him. This one makes it 3rd down.
10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Here we go.
3rd and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. And this will reach the red zone. He takes it down to 17.
I can guarantee you that's going to be Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner. The broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
Working inside the red zone. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
18. Let's hit. Look the hot.
Back to the air they go on 2nd. Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens shrinking the lead some in the 3rd.
first thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single eye or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays could follow.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens cut it to a field goal game.
Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. And they're going to spot the ball up to the 35 to begin this drive. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Robinson to start the drive. Nice cut back to the right sideline. And this gets the whole way down to the 11-yard line.
What an injection of momentum for the offense on that play. With the energy boost and a much shorter field, I predict it's not going to be long, Kate, till they finish this series off.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
From the red zone now. He brings it in. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons make it a 9-point advantage. Drake London with the touchdown. Now, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one right down the middle. And the Falcons make it a 10-point ball game. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Fielded at the 7. Now bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it's going to be 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
2nd and 10, Stroud to throw. Short pass brought in. Breaks the tackle, he's got space ahead. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. Offense in the hurry up here.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Finds a seam down the middle. And he is down to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And that's good for Ravens 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, Stroud. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. He had to balance, focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Pass caught, 9-yard line. This is going to make it down to the the 6. That's going to set him up with first and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Goal at the 6-yard line.
From the red zone on first. And that is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Penix working from the gun. He's going deep this time. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons stretch their lead on the final play of the 3rd. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game.
Yeah, right there. That is why teams will draft tight ends and take them really high in the draft, especially when they could be game changers after the catch. That was just a dynamic effort.
All right, we reach the final quarter of Monday Night Prime Time. When we resume play, it'll be with a kickoff.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
19, Tiger, 9.
The throw outside, and they might throw this again. He finds a man. That's caught. He's brought down. What a surprise with the double pass there. Gets him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
69, Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Here's the backup. 1st throw. Well, the pressure really got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That's almost as good as a sack. Almost, Kate. Because those defenders, they like to have sacks more than incompletions. But defensive coordinators, they love pressure and forcing the issue, and that's why the QB had to get rid of it.
Look at hot.
Stroud to throw again on 2nd. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 26. And that's going to be a Baltimore 1st. All set to go now from the 35. Here's Stroud again. All the left side. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Baltimore 1st down.
On the quick, right?
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Going again, it's Stroud. Complete out to the right. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Throw caught at the 6. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
It's a design run. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens making a 4-point game here in the 4th. Took a couple of runs into that wall before they finally punched it across for the score.
Well, that defensive front, you know they were dialed up to make a stand, but it was going to be a challenge to make another 2 stops even after that one. That crack formed in the wall, and it burst through for a touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out first and 10. Penix here from the gun. Escapes the pocket. The stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
Yeah, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already into enemy territory. Now they give to Bijan. And a solid gain there, Brock, of about 5. Takes him inside the 40-yard line. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Penix now to throw. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and that's a Falcon first down.
Falcons, first down. 14. First down, Atlanta.
Running here with Bijan. And he drives that bus backward on a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that it's a good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
From the shotgun, Penix. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with first and goal.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Here's Robinson. And it's barely anything on that run, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. Ball placed at the 7. It's 2nd and goal. They're going to pass it here. Cut near the goal line. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
Back to throw it. On the move, headed right. And he won't come through on 4th and goal. And he can't do it himself. He's stuck behind the line. We've got a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And he gets out of bounds to save that final timeout. This picks up the first down, too.
That has got to be so demoralizing for that defense. You hit him back. It's a terrible field position to run the ball, but they run it right down your throat and move the chains. That stings.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll go again here with Tootin. He's out in the clear. And he gets out of bounds to save that final timeout. This picks up the first down, too.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of the broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up there. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball to 44. Hand off to Tootin. They're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really want to brag. I'm just telling.
To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. First down, and they go right back to it. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
Dumped off to his running back. And this one only manages the yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
He pushed for it, but they held strong. Gets it up to the marker, but about a yard away, it looks like. 4th down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Desperation time here. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty, and off the field they go.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen on the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Second quarterback run here. So the Falcons will fly home with a win on the road. And just a week after being soundly defeated, they're back out there playing a much better brand of football. Short memories prevail, Brock.